Good morning, traders. Welcome to the first weekly summary. I want to show you in this new series of videos like one setup a day. I know I was talking with you about all three ways of trading. I will really think about this, but as I see for now, everyone is interested the most at the balanced entry style, which is for me the most mechanical and in my opinion the easiest way of finding entries, because we have all the entry criteria, right? The strict rules we all should follow, and with such a rules it's easier to avoid to find invalid setup. Yeah, because all the criteria need to be met, and you can really easy see the setups from the zones. So again, I want to show you three examples. All three will be between the Wednesday and Thursday, my best free trading days. And in this video, I want to show you the first time window I'm trading. So it is the first 2 hours of the market, of the New York session. And next week I will be focused on the second part of New York session. Yeah, so after the first 3.5 hours of New York, like after the lunch. So I would make this every second week early New York session, and every second week the late New York session, so everyone could see what was possible. Yeah, and I found the best setups in my opinion. One is a bit aggressive, but two are definitely better, and all are based on the trading from the zone. Yeah, not from key levels. This is very not very, but more aggressive. It's more risky. So as always, best to trade from zone. So this is the price action on ES from Monday, and let's find the zones. The first interesting zone for me, closest to when the market opened, or the even pre-session price action, is that zone. Yeah, from thin area to thin area we have a supply, and also that one here was the biggest volume of the day, and yeah, very messy Monday, ranging market, but we still are able to mark some zones. Yeah, so again, from thin to thin area, and that's our demand zone. Also here above, from the beginning of New York, is another supply, but a bit far from the current price action. Okay. And please, after this video, because this is the first one from the new series, please let me know if such a style is good, or you prefer maybe doing this as a backtesting. But I tried this previously today in the early morning, and it's taking a lot of time, especially when the setup is coming a bit later. But I can do this for you, of course. It's up to you what is better, yeah? Which kind of making the videos is better for you to learn, because now we see all the candles. Yes, it is also different. I believe everything will be clean enough. Yeah, so how the price started in the pre-market. I'll make this like, just arrow. We have here the equal highs below the supply zone. So what we could expect is to see the reaction with the zone. Also, the market made a small gap before, yeah, after the previous session finished. This is of course not the best area to look for because it's not that wide, right? It's very tight, just like 5 or over 4 points range. Yeah, and in this example we see that just one candle filled both, yeah, from supply to the demand. What is important, and I am not sure if I mentioned this on the course, but I believe yes, that what we see on the as a time here is not like in TradingView or MetaTrader. These are not candle opening time, but candle closure time. So this one means that he was opening of the New York session, the stock market opened. Not that one, yeah, this is just a candle closure. That was 5 minutes before the market opened. So if we see such a huge move from supply right to the demand, I wouldn't know, to be honest, what to look for. If I want to look for a sells, because we have here fresh made supply as a big trade, or to look for a buys just to this zone. Yeah, it is even wider now, not wider, even more tight, sorry, because it's not 5 points, but like 2 with something, yeah, maybe 2-3 points. That we could expect a ping pong game, because now we have this zone, right? That is already used. So the question is, if we are waiting for a market open and we see 2 zones close to each other, if we want to look for setups. Yeah, that was possible after this one candle because of 3 positive deltas on top, bearish imbalance, so that entry criteria were nice. Even fresh made supply, he were very aggressive sellers, so taking this aggressively we could took this short. But I don't like when zones are very close. I like to see some bigger distance. Let's check if anything was possible here by aiming, yeah, when the candle closed here, by setting stop loss above this. Yeah, the 2R was below the zone. So question is if just 1R is worth the risk, and definitely if we want to play with such a small area, it is good to see bigger distance, definitely. So that was possible, good with entry criteria, very high move, a strong move with high volume. But again, I would avoid this, looking for anything here, due to ping pong. Yeah, ping pong game, what was possible. Of course, we didn't see this. For example, we are right here. Better to wait for a break of zone to see the fresh made supply, fresh made demand. Here, even if the fresh made supply appeared, we still have demand which could hold the price. Okay, so that is just the beginning. I would remove this for now. And what is happening here? We have finally the break of demand. The price clearly went down. So we have no demand, and now we are looking which orders caused the break of the demand. So we have break of the VWAP, and here is a candle with positive delta, yeah, over 1000, and price didn't move up. So I call this delta supply. A positive candle, but price went down. So I mark this as a supply zone. Good if the supply or any zone is leaving some distance between last candles and the zone, not just like here, right? That we have shift on delta and the price, the candles are still in the zone. We need to see a leg out. So if we are below the VWAP, we started bearish with such a huge move. What we could expect, what to look for, to see the price in the current zone, which caused the break of demand. Yeah, and this is what some members asked me, and that is confusing, etc. Is that here we have rejection candle with a very nice criteria, right? All are met. Free positive delta on top with bearish imbalance. But we have the closure of the candle with aggressive sellers. So what to do if we want to use some sell stop order here or just directly enter the market? I would avoid this. I prefer what happened in the next candle, that we have aggressive sellers with clearly visible areas of this aggressiveness. Yeah, this is for me important. Not like bullish candle and some bearish orders below the closure of bullish candle. Like for example here, right? We have the bullish move with positive deltas, bearish imbalance, nice one, but the aggressive sellers were here. So the question was if I would mark as level here and wait with sell stop on that area, or just click the sell when the price meeting this level. I would avoid this. Wait for true aggressiveness, even if that is finding your criteria. Yeah, but the price is above the potential aggressive sellers. Here it is cleaner and easier to find. So we have very nice big delta with big orders on the ask side, which we could think that these are really passive sell orders, that these are filled, and we have also bearish imbalance, 184 to 40. All is happening in supply, so that is beautiful setup. We could have here, so I will remove this, 3 areas of interest. That one. Yeah, this is what I mentioned yesterday on Discord. It's good to mark this like one tick below these areas of aggressive sellers and one tick above. That would be the first one. Here we have also another, the minus 261, very aggressive seller, and here also 2 stacked aggressive sellers. So one big really area of aggressiveness. With the entry criteria, all is fine. I would enter if the candle closed here, went up, I would enter right after it is in my first zone in the way. Even if it's happening often, the strongest level is above. If it's far above, I would wait for the higher. But usually I am not that patient and I use the very first area. Of course, I'm marking every one just to see where I should put stop loss. So if price is meeting my closest area of interest, I would put my stop loss above, and that TP for 2R was possible in just few minutes, right? Like 10 minutes. That was possible to get here. Yeah, even later we can see that the price came also to the higher area of interest. I will unlock this one, even to that one. But the question is, with what I mentioned a few minutes ago, if we see the free positive delta, price meeting our area of interest, we have bearish imbalance, but I don't see here aggressive sellers, and anyway price is above them. Yeah, these are very not that often situations. On course there was just one setup like this I showed you, but the price reacted directly. I would avoid this. Better to see the bearish move from the supply with aggressive traders. Here I would not take this because we don't see free positive delta. Even if here's a very clean aggressive order that didn't play it out so well. No, it moved. But this is for the reason why I call this strategy mechanical. Because if we have just few rules, every single position need to be clicked, and if just one is not and you will take a loss, you know exactly why. Because you didn't follow your plan. Yeah, I'm very picky with this strategy. That's why it's my favorite one, because in my opinion it's the easiest one. Anyway, that is happening also after my trading window, but I just wanted to show you that in this scenario price went also later. We had also discussion about this. I prefer to see very quick reaction to these aggressive sellers, because 1 hour later maybe they are forgotten already. Even if you see sometimes reaction, I would use just few candles, up to 5 maybe, not waiting such long, because maybe already some aggressive buyers are here, right? Maybe they want to break this stacked aggressive area. Who could know? I use what is happening right now, this is the fresh aggressiveness in the market, and I want to see right now that everyone else want to join this move. Okay, that was the 2R from Tuesday. And let's go to Wednesday. On Wednesday I would use the charts from Tuesday, right? Fresh zones. And what is said? On Wednesday, market opened with a huge gap. So for me, it's not that important to find some lower demand zones in here. I would just mark what is fresh. Here we have on top huge orders, huge volume, and also big trades just before the end of the whole session. So that would be my area of interest. Yeah, and also let's say this. But I'm this week focused only on the beginning of the session. With such a gap, that was crazy. Yeah, and something difficult. We don't have anything on the left. So we just need to be focused only on what is fresh. I don't like days like this, when everything is far away. So I need to be focused only on what I see. Good. Here, just 10 minutes before the market opened, we can see the seller's activity. Yes, this is the positive delta, shift on delta, price breaking the view up and going down. So I would mark this as my supply zone. Yeah, I hope you see this. I know that here's the volume profile. Yeah, but that was for me obvious move. Just that the sellers maybe want to go really down and fill the gap, but this is too big distance, of course, to be so with so positive mind. Yeah, a lot of points. I am not a day trader. I want to see fast moves. After such a move, yeah, I would love to see price coming back to the zone. Yeah, because joining after this bearish candle is still not with criteria, because we don't have 3 positive deltas on top, even if we have bearish imbalance. Yeah, the point of interest could be that area, one tick above and one tick below the aggressive sellers. We have also another one here. Yeah, so that looks nice. The aggressive orders are above the candle closure, but this criteria is not met. So I would be in this scenario before the opening of the session focused only on my supply, but price didn't came here. It was missed setup, and I would be happy because I listened to my rules. Don't be greedy, don't be too fast. For some reason we have such a mechanical way of trading to maximize the risk of maximize the chances of a good trade and really minimize the risk of failure. I believe that every day we should get at least one good setup in first part of the session and one good setup in the second part. It is, if your time window is 3 hours, and this is really not a lot. 3 hours job is a dream job. If you can make 2 hours in this time, it's good. It's just 2-3 hours of work. So don't be greedy. Right. And here happened something very interesting. So I need to take a drink. No, take a drink, drink water. It's still before noon here. What I could observe is creating the support by the price. In footprint charts, it's really easy to see this just because of these candle borders. And then happened the fast move down and fast move up. We got a fresh made demand. Yeah, this liquidity grab was from out of nowhere. For some reason, this price level 49.10 was interesting for institutions or some really big traders, and they have placed here their limit orders. Take a look on this bid side. Insane big big orders. And then it was right after shift on delta. So we got a fresh made demand zone. Very nice one. But there's also always but. Before looking for a setup, I need also to know if this is worth the game. Yeah, because entries with this strategy is we have some rules, but the TP will be always also for me the hardest area to find, because it needs some prediction, and predicting anything on market we should avoid this. We are not wizards. We are just looking for logical entries, and no one can know where the price will go in next 10-15 minutes or few hours. That's why we use key levels, the closest key levels to the price, because that we feel safe, because it's very high probability that the price will go there. So by having a fresh made demand, shift on delta, very aggressive move which broke all these stacked imbalances. The bearish imbalances were taken, even the hardest one here, right? We have 4 ticks of bearish imbalances. Here and some 2 also big ones, 436 and 300, but these stacked were broken. So that is liquidity grab. Yes, from our lesson about patterns, we have support as equal lows, liquidity grab. Then I'm not sure if previously, weeks ago or some days ago, he was truly demand, but anyway, we have fresh made demand and aggressive buyers joined the market. What we have at the bottom, take a look on these 3 deltas are negative, also huge orders, over 500, almost 300 orders. So high probability that these orders were passive buyers. We see also bullish imbalance. So what to do when we see forming such a candle? We wait for, of course, always for this candle closure, because that could be also wick to the downside. Always wait for candle closure. And we are marking areas of interest. It is here. Very high delta. It means that there were more aggressive buyers than sellers. They wanted to push the price up, and the biggest one is here. So 1 tick above, 1 tick below. As said before, I would enter the first one, especially that it is also the biggest one. But now the thing about take profit. My stop loss would be below the next aggressive orders. So TP should be here. That's our TP level. But it is above POC, point of control, and VWAP. I would try to aim for one of those 2. So probably that would be only 1-to-1 setup. Yes, so aiming for the VWAP, 1-to-1 R. Maybe small. Yes, the price went up. The price went back to the supply from pre-session. It's up to you what to choose, right? Just remember, it is based on a lot of my tests that key levels are for some reason. If VWAP is the average price, the point of control is the current area with the biggest orders. So the question is, if I really want to believe and predict that these 2 important levels will be taken just to go to the first supply from the pre-session. So this setup was for me beautiful, because that was very clean liquidity grab, and with confirmation that we see here absorption. But I would only aim for 1 hour. I don't prefer taking 1 hour trades, but that was completely logical setup and the correct reaction to what is happening here. So please just don't blame yourself after seeing what happened after your trade, that, oh no, I should hold this. No, you shouldn't. You should always listen to your trading plan, to your rules, to what is logical for you. A lot of time, even on the previous groups, when I was a student, when I opened the first GeoScalpers group, even last week, until now I see that someone is, I know that this is with a smile and this is laughing, but we should avoid writing or thinking I could hold this. No, market is really unpredictable place. Always someone is waiting for our mistake. I would be really grateful that I'm able to see things which the others cannot see. I see the logic, I have great entry criterias. Just take what is yours. Please do not blame yourself, I should hold this. No, listen to your rules and be happy and proud of yourself that yeah, I listened. Yeah, this is the trade what had the biggest probability of being the good one. Because if you will do have this way of thinking 2-3 times in a row, that oh damn, 3 times the price went sorry, the price went did bigger move than I expected. So this time I will take 3 hour setup, and then price will reverse after 1 hour or after 1.5 hour. No one could here know if this supply will hold. This is also fresh made supply. Maybe that wasn't liquidity grab. Maybe the VWAP wanted to hold. Okay, maybe I'm talking too much about greed, but I want to see that you are learning from my mistakes, because I was a very, very greedy trader. So that was for me a very small setup. But let's see if in this time window of trading, the first part of New York, also was something possible. So just by logic, if we see that the price is coming back above the VWAP, is breaking that previous supply, yeah, that from the pre-session, and price left another high. So what we can see here, the delta demand, some absorption here, negative delta, and the price going up. So we have a fresh made delta demand above the VWAP. So some chances, I always have problem with this word, chances or chances, and I hope you know what I mean. So very big probability that we could see incoming potential buy setup. Let's see if this happened. Here, nothing could invite us. Here as well. And that wick looks interesting. Make this, it's locked. That looks interesting. Yeah, negative deltas, wick prices above these buyers here, also above the point of control. But we have negative bearish imbalance here. This one thing should make the setup invalid. Even if the price reacted here, yes, did some move up. So the reaction was correct. Yeah, but for some reason we have such a criteria. Everything needs to be met. That's why I think really that this is the easiest way of trading now, with the ability to see what is happening inside each candle. That's why I cannot imagine trading without footprint, because here the guessing is low. I could say it's zero, because I'm mechanical. I'm like a computer. I'm taking only trades when everything is like with my rules. That would make invalid. Maybe with the conservative way you could take this, right? We have negative delta, shift on delta, breaking of these all sell orders. So that's why we could think that passive buyers and aggressive buyers are already in the game. And you could just jump at the closure of this candle. I'm not using such a so often the conservative way, because the candles are bigger. I need to use bigger safe stop loss, or okay, sometimes aggressive, like below the POC or below some heavy orders. But I need to get or catch bigger move for same R. So I prefer the balanced way, because it's more fluent. It's really this is really the order flow. I need to have a flow to join exactly to what I see. So try to find the zones also during the day. Yes, to read what is happening. Everything should be as most logical as possible. Yeah, but I would avoid taking this trade. And I would also avoid the thinking, oh no, I should enter. No, you listened to your rules. You chose that this day you want to trade only balanced way, and just you didn't find a setup. If that previous one was too aggressive, that should be no trading day. Yes, you were at work, you spent your 2-3 hours, you see some things, but not with that one could be not with your risk, because just for 1 hour, so too small risk to reward. Here the price didn't meet your criteria, and done. Job is done. Close your platform and live the life. The not trading. Someone mentioned this. I don't know if some of members or if I seen this on the Instagram or any other social media, that no trading is also trading. Taking not any trade is trading. Yeah? We are still analyzing the charts, the numbers, the price action. But this is what we call sitting on hands. To avoid stupid decisions, usually based on greed and impatience, right? Because there's very often the thinking that, oh no, I need to take a trade. It's almost 6 p.m. The session is now like 2-3 hours. I need to take the trade. No, just please do not do this. If you don't see setup, do not overtrade, do not sit too long. Or maybe here are traders which are taking this very full time and really want to sit whole session like 8 hours, 7 hours in front of the charts. I'm not that such a type. I prefer to have time windows, because in my whole 6 years of trading I was over trading a lot, and I stopped doing this because I realized how life is beautiful, and that greed is nothing good. Okay, so let's go to the first day. I just want to remove all the old levels. So yes, on the Tuesday there was a very nice setup for 2 hours. On Wednesday it was risky because just for 1 hour, but still money. It really depends on you if you want trade for less than 2 hours. For me that was a very logical move, just that the VWAP and POC were very close to the entry. Okay, so for the first day, let's mark some zones. Let's say that we are here, price. There's the pre-session candles. Not that easy, because here we have a very balanced market, just high volume in this area. So I would be focused on these big orders which were moving the price down. Here we have nice. Also with the point of control. So we have one. When the price broke the VWAP, we have also big orders. So here's the second zone. If we are here, I would also mark, here's cleaner on the volume profile, from thin line to the thin, and also in the same price level we have big orders. At first here was the absorption for buys, and here enough big order just to break this area. So something interesting. We could mark this also as a zone, as a demand. So let's zoom in. Yes. Good. What we have here, price is playing around these two zones. The distance is nice. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 points between each zone. So it's now messing around the view up. Price touched the supply before the session without getting deeper. But anyway, we don't see here any aggressiveness. Even the imbalance is not on the right side because it's on the ask side, so bullish imbalance. Nothing to just to look for before the session, and then it's better to wait, of course, for the right move, for the right volume. Sorry, to find something interesting for us. Session opened, broke the view up, and filled some orders here, and also big trade appeared in at least 4 ticks. This is my setting. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but probably yes. Also on the templates lesson, I have here extra filters set to 4 that I need to see the big order in 4 following ticks. So here we have also fresh made demand. What is beautiful, we have a rejection candle. We see here 3 bottom negative deltas with a bullish imbalance. So what I would do, I would mark the aggressive buyers like this. Just a question here, if the setup is worth the risk, if we have so close the view up. Let's check how could it be, like we are jumping in this area, stop loss, let's say below some heavy area. Yeah, so the take profit for 2R, I'm not sure if this is visible, I hope that yes, is here where I have my mouse. It's just above the view up. So it's almost 2R setup. You could finish your day in few minutes. Yeah, this is 5-minute time frame. So I believe that this move with such a volume was very fast, especially the first part with stacked bullish imbalances. That means how aggressive buyers joined in our point of interest. That would be very, very fast trade. It all depends where you want to set your stop losses. I chose that high volume level. By choosing more, it's making your setup just for 1 hour. Even if the price will be attracted to, if your level will be attracted by price, do not analyze what happened after your trade. Yes, because it makes you feel bad that you didn't hold your position. Always the first. Yeah, so 1 hour was possible, but I would make this tighter for a quick trade. But that was aggressive. Yeah, it was very close to the view up. But again, almost 2 hour or 1.5 hour was possible very quickly. So you could finish your day in the first half hour of the session. But let's check what happened when the price meet the supply. As you see, we have 2 supply zones close to each other. Yeah, they were based on these orders. It's just very small distance, right? And if you remember the law, which is saying that if we have 2 zones really close to each other, it's very high probability that the price will also try to meet another one, because there could be bigger passive sellers in this case. But anyway, with such a such a criteria as we have, here was any invitation, right? Price came to the supply, there were some big positive delta, but left bullish imbalances. So here could be still aggressive buyers trying to break that zone. And the zone is broken. Yeah, and we reached the higher supply. What is nice, the first criterias are met, right? Positive delta with bearish imbalance. So bearish sellers. First sellers, aggressive sellers joined on top of this move. And here is the confusion, right? About what we were talking, or I was talking in the beginning of this video. That the order is below. Yes, sometimes it's happening that the price is breaking this, coming back and then down. I know that I mentioned this also on the course, but this type of entry is more difficult and brings bigger risk of failure. I would prefer to see the bearish move, definitely. That one candle is not beautiful because closed above the sellers as well. And anyway, we don't have here 3 positive deltas, only 2. Some criteria are met, but not every. We are looking always for every. Next move, very aggressive move with big volume coming to the view up. Nice probability that increasing volume want to break some level. Still not broken, but it is a high probability. And we can see here also clear aggressiveness, the bearish aggressiveness. Here stacked bearish imbalances. Here as well. Let's see the delta and the bid side, right? So we have here some point of interest. We could say that here as well. And here the biggest with the point of control. Also we have 3 stacked as here. So what happened? The very next candle didn't fill our area of interest, didn't go here, but broke the view up. And then I would enter on the retest. Let's check what was possible. The price is coming here, and I would set my stop loss above the next one. And that was also very quick trade. Nice TP because right above the demand zone. Beautiful setup. So this day there were possible 2 setups. That one really you need to have tight stop loss. But the second one was for me even better, still with the time window at the first 2.5 up to 3 hours of the session. Wonderful setup. I hope you really like this balanced way. It's for me, wow, my favorite. Yes, I'm always looking for such a setups because it's like no-brainer. You don't need to overthink, to think too much if that was shift on delta or if I will not have a drawdown, because with the conservative way of trading we can see the drawdown very often. Yes, when you are jumping in the closure of big candle, sometimes it's happening, and I can honestly admit that I also feel the pressure, the negativeness when I'm on drawdown. I can accept some drawdown, I need to. I also learn how to cut the loss quickly, but I don't like to see this. I like precision. I believe on the precision, and also the algorithms which are placing these passive orders are also very precise, are working with precision, and I want to be also as similar as possible. So I don't like drawdowns. I'm always happy when I see good setup. Yeah, and that was few minutes of trading. Okay, thank you guys for watching. It's a 50 minutes video. If that would be a backtesting session, that could be even longer. I hope that just a reading of entries, possible entries, and which were invalid, that way is good for you. Please also do not forget about the S&P and Nasdaq channel on our Discord, because there are members which sharing also perfect scenarios from the whole session, not only the first New York like this video is, but also the second part of New York session. So try to go there also. That's why I want to do 1 week first part of the session and second week second part, because on the chat room there are also other good setups. So next week I will be talking about late New York. So this week were possible really nice setups, and yeah, have a good weekend, traders, and speak to you soon. Bye bye.